Hello and welcome back. So I am back here at developer.paypal.com. So just type that, and if you are not logged in, just click there and log in, and then go to my apps and credentials. Okay, so what we want to do here is try to test our system. So if you remember, I created a controller here that does the I'm not even sure what I named it. I named it checkout. Yes, Ajax checkout. Was that the one? No, this is something else. I named it checkout.php. Is that the one? No. So I'm completely confused as to, yeah, it was payment. Okay, so that's the one right there, payment.php. And this is what we did here. Very simple script. We collected our data from the input, and then we create a file based on the current time. The reason I'm doing this and not just writing a file name here is because I don't want to override the data that I've already saved. So like this, I will make sure that the file is different every time we try to save. That way we will have all the data there in case we want to do a traceback. Okay, so we read the data, create a file, save the data to the file. Simple and straightforward. So this should save to the home directory, which is the public HTML. We should have some text files in there once we start running this. So this is /payment. That's what it is, right? So let's go to our website here. So our website is this one right here. So this is the link to the website. So copy that link, very important, but let me come down here for a second. This is my cool eShop. So click on it to see whatever app you created there. Just click on it to see the detail. And then here we're looking for the what are we looking for? We're looking for the webhook. Finally, we can add a webhook, which is awesome. So click on that. Didn't seem to respond. There we go. I think it's responding now. Okay, great. But while it's loading there, okay, there we go. So the thing is, there are events here that the webhook will respond to. Now there's quite a number of events here, though the only one we really want is payment sale completed or payment sale denied. Either of these will be good, but it's better to just select everything. So let's just click all events there and we're good to go. And here is where we put the webhook itself. So let's just select this guy right here. Now we will test this before we even set it as a webhook. So what I will do is just say /payment like so. That should be good enough to create an empty file, right? So let's click payment there. Okay, so page not found. Okay. Let me go back here. This is one thing I didn't even test. So let's see how this works. If I do /shop here. I see. Okay, so it seems we have a problem with htaccess file or something. And the problem I did is I eliminated the htaccess file without keeping a copy, the file that I found in here. So not knowing, let's see here, edit. Let's click edit to see what's in the file. I see. So you see in the htaccess file here, we don't have the right content, but that's okay. So what we will do is let's go to our public folder, click on the htaccess file. Let's rewrite. Let me copy these guys. Let's try to add them to the end of the file here. There we go. And let me save. Save and close. Hopefully that solves the problem. But let's check it out and see if it works. Okay, finally we have solved the problem. Very good. Now let's go to /payment again, like so, payment. And we shouldn't see anything, which is good because this is the webhook. It's not meant to have a user interface. But if I now refresh in my public HTML folder, I should see this file. You see that there? TXT with a timestamp at the beginning here, which is awesome. So now what I can do is select it and click edit just to see what it has. And it's an empty file. That's okay. That's good. We can delete it for now so that we don't have to worry about it. Or you can leave it regardless, no matter. Okay, so now that we know our webhook is working, let me copy that. Copy. Let's go to webhook URL at PayPal and paste it there like this. So that's our webhook there. And where is it? Down here. Let's hit save, shall we? Alrighty then. Come on, Mr. Internet. Okay, there we go. So now it's showing that I have a webhook over there. Very good. So all we need now is an actual button so that we can click our PayPal and do something with it. So for now, we're going to keep an eye on this client ID. But before that, let's go to another link over here. So I'm going to say PayPal. Let's see here. PayPal.com/buttons. Yes, PayPal.com/buttons. I think that's the one right there. Let's see if, oh yeah, that's the one I want. So when you get to this, we're looking for a button here to create. Now this one says includes a view cart button. I think we already have our own cart. Thank you very much. So we will not do this one. No, we don't want subscribe. No subscribe. I think this is the one right here, smart buttons. So click on this one. And there we go. So it's going to help us to create a PayPal button here. So we'll leave it at mobile there. And let's look at the type. Button type here is fixed price. We don't want a select list for the price because we want a fixed price there. So everything we want to be fixed, and then we're going to use PHP to dynamically change that data. So the reason we are filling all this in right now, even though, for example, the item description will differ depending on what the user is buying, this does not matter because all we want are placeholders where we can edit using PHP. So here I'm just going to type anything. I'm just going to say maybe my item. Now normally when you're selling things on the way we are selling things in a group, the item description should probably be a receipt number or something of that kind. So here we're just going to say for now my item description, just so we know what it is. And then item price. Now here there's shipping fee and tax rate. So this is good if you know how to, if your website is going to calculate these by itself. This is good. Shipping fee, for example. So what you do is put different numbers so that you can recognize which one of these it actually is. So let's say, for example, the item price, I'm just going to put $4. And then the shipping fee, I'm going to put, I don't know, $2, something like this. And then let's select our currency here. That's okay. And button style, you can change. Maybe you want the PU version instead of this square version. You want these versions like this. It's entirely up to you what you want to do, but let's not dwell on specifics here. And once we are done, we say copy code. Your code was copied to clipboard. Very nice. So what I would do is select open a new file here, file, new file. And I'm just going to paste over here like this. So this is all the code that I need. Interesting. So for now, what I will do is I want to go to one of these, let's see, one of these pages here. Let me go back a notch. Any page on my system here, so that all I want to do is just click the button. I don't want to start adding items to the cart. I just want to test and see if the button actually works. So I'm just going to find the home page, even shop.php. That's okay, not the controller, but the views, one of these views here. So let's go down to one of these views, shop.php. Yes, looks nice and simple. This way I can know the new code that I added here. So I'm just going to go down after the entire section here and paste my code down there instead. So if you've noticed, this is the JavaScript, very straightforward stuff. Div, script. Okay, very good. Now what we need to pay attention here is the client ID. So there's client ID here, and for now it says SB, which I'm guessing stands for sandbox or something. So now you go back to your application. Inside here where you have the client ID, copy the client ID, copy. Make sure you copy all the text there because it's easy to copy half of it, and replace the SB. So make sure you replace SB only and not the and or the equal sign there. Just make sure SB is the only thing you replace. That way you have an and at the very end there, which is awesome. And hit save. Okay, pretty good. And now if we come down here, you will see that we have my item description. There we go. Description is equal to my item description. So all we can do to change this is to add PHP code here, and then the item will be anything that we want. And then we have amount right here. Amount is an object which contains the value of the amount itself. Now I don't remember putting value 6, which is weird. Item total is this, okay, and that's 4. So I remember adding 4, so which means this is our actual price. I have no idea what this is, but we'll see once we start using this. We'll see which one is used. And then we have shipping here, which has a value there, and total, tax total, which you can add. So as you can see, we just need to replace these guys with our PHP code and we'll be fine. That's about it actually. Once you replace the client ID, some of these are just settings. So let's save that and we should be good to go. Now keep in mind that we have accounts here. So at this point we have no need to be in our shop here. So we've taken everything that we need. And now I just want to go to the accounts here. Click on the accounts so that we can get one of the accounts and use that to buy. So while this is opening, I'm going to go back to shop here and refresh the page. So now that I have added a button, I should see some buttons down here. So they should take a while to load. I'm presuming that's what's loading here. My internet, as usual, is terrible because I'm recording at the wrong time of the day. And nothing. So where are my buttons? Come on. Where are my buttons? Let me make sure I added this to the shop view. Yes, I did. Okay. So maybe I just have to be patient. Wait a minute. PayPal container. Everything seems fine. Everything seems fine. Yeah, but still no buttons. And do you know why that is? And that's because this is the local version of the file, and the one we are loading there is the online version. So it's very easy to get confused with these things. So just keep in mind that every time you change a file locally, you have to change it on the online server as well to synchronize. So let's go here and find the view file itself and synchronize it. So I'll click on, we're supposed to go back to the, is it the up? Yes, up. And let's go to views. Let's open that. Double click to open. Alrighty then. So right in here, we have eShop, yes. So right inside eShop, this is where we can upload the new version of the file. Come on. Okay, pretty good. So there should be shop.php down here. So let's click upload file, select files, and let's navigate to where we need to get it. So shop.php, open, upload. Okie dokie. That should do. So now let's refresh the page again. And this time we should have what we are looking for. Hopefully, that is. Doesn't seem like it's loading here either. Oh, but it is. Okay, so there we go. Now keep in mind that these are just divs here. So the div that will contain the button is this one, PayPal button container. So you can add your styles here as you wish, the width, floats, etc. So don't feel restrained. So now all we need to do is click on pay. So I'll click on pay, and there we go. We have the PayPal thingy activated. So pay with PayPal, very nice. So what we should do now is go to our accounts here, these dummy accounts here, and this is a buyer right here. So make sure you go to view, edit account here. Let's click that for a moment. And this is where you can set your passwords, and also you can set the amount that the user can have access to. So there we go. So it says profile here, and there's the email ID, there's a password you can change here. Account type is personal, country, status, etc. Funding, so you go to funding here and you add the amount that you want here. So it seems you are given a certain amount by default. Now if you click edit, you'll be able to edit these details here. So you have a credit card here given, a fake credit card, of course, and then yeah, that's about it. Review sandbox payment before they are completed. No, leave that off. So as you can see, there's email and password, and there's an actual amount here which will be deducted once we start transacting. So you can keep track of that money just to make sure that we see whether it reduces or not. So the same thing, if you go to a facilitator account, you get to see other details there, but we won't do that for now. For now, I just want to sign in. So I'll copy this email right here. This is what I will use. Continue to click to continue. Okay. So this is after your PayPal thing is done. So actually, before we go any further here, there's one more thing I forgot. Let's go back to app and credentials here. I forgot to tell it to redirect us to something. So sorry about that. Let me click real quick here and see if that will work out. Okay, so I did copy a few things here. Let me just paste that before I forget. And now let me go to credentials and app. Yes, there we go. Let's go to my cool shop here. Righty then. Now what I need is this return URL, so click show. I want to add a different URL. So we're going to copy this one instead. And click show. We did create a controller and a view called thanks. So that's what we want to add here instead. For some reason, it's not... So this says allow up to 3 hours for the change to take effect. So it may not work now, but maybe when we come back in a tutorial, 3 hours would have elapsed by then and it will actually work. So this isn't doing what I want here. So let's leave it for now. We'll do it in the next video. And for now, what I just want to do is finish up with this. So I'll put the email address, not that one, this one over here. The email address that I'm using, I'll paste there, and then I will add a password. So login, like so. So if everything went well, you're going to see your name. This is the dummy name, not your real name, of course. For the account, I've gone too far. Okay, hi test, which is good. Ship to, and this is the shipping address right there. And then once you're done, it shows you the amount here. This is what we are paying, $6. And so you see it's the $6 being paid there. So yeah, that's the total. So pay now. So pay now. Processing payment. Okay. Alrighty then. That takes a bit. Let's be patient. Well, this is making the video a bit longer than it's supposed to. But let me wait a few more seconds, and if it doesn't continue, I'll have to cut the video and come back later. Okay, let me cut the video while I wait. Okay, what I will do now, while this is running, it's possible that maybe it's hung up because there's no link to the return URL or something. But then let's just go to our web host here and go to the public HTML, and let's check if something was received in the webhook. And as you can see, we did receive some data, which is good. So if I click on this and click edit like so, you see that we did receive a response. So the webhook is actually working. We're going to go through the data in the next video.